Hi guys, it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Thanks for stopping by. I have not filmed in a while because I was on vacation, and when I got back I was feeling a little lazy, putting on makeup again and all this stuff. So I have not kept up with my videos, but I am starting again this week, and I have some great fragrances, some new fragrances to talk to you guys about. I did promise you guys this video here. I am going to review our new perfume from Carolina Herrera, also the latest one from Yves Saint Laurent, and also the latest one from Dries Van Noten. And I have already found a perfect clone of one of these fragrances. So I will start, guys, with La Bomba. This is the latest release from Carolina Herrera. I accidentally came across this perfume over 3 weeks ago. I went to the nail salon and I forgot my wallet. So when I was waiting for my husband to bring me my wallet, I went into the perfumery next door and I decided to go on a little bit of a sniffer, and I saw first the bottle and I was thinking, oh my god, the bottle, it is so beautiful, so different. I have not bought a Carolina perfume in a very long time, and I was not expecting anything great. I sprayed this perfume and it was so different. Not your typical department store designer DNA generic. So I sprayed it all over. I went home and I absolutely fell in love with the perfume, and I ordered it immediately. Like I said, I have been lazy, so I have not done the video, but as you can see from the bottle, this gorgeous, beautiful bottle, I have worn quite a bit of the perfume. The description of the perfume, it simply says a fruity burst of exotic pataya and rich floral notes of cherry, peony and red frangipani with a radiant infusion of solar vanilla. It does capture this perfume to a certain extent, but the composition, the way the perfume reacts, especially the sillage, this one, it is something different. Pataya in the opening, which is dragon fruit, and there is red peony, frangipani, vanilla and patchouli in the base. With La Bomba, we have gotten a DNA which is unique, and frankly, it is really a breath of fresh air when I compare this perfume, to the designer department store perfumes which have been dropping lately. La Bomba, it's not your typical yummy gourmand vanilla. It is also not in keeping with the current trend of perfumes. And this one, it might take for some people a bit of getting used to, especially if you just like easygoing perfumes. We have to lean a little bit outside of our comfort zone, and this is in a good way. I have seen a few reviews about this perfume. I think it's more maybe that people are stunned. We are used to your normal gourmand sweet vanilla, so we will start with the note of dragon fruit. Dragon fruit for eating, it's not one of my favorite fruits, but I love the smell of dragon fruit. It's a very exotic, beautiful, perfume. And I think a problem that maybe I have when I am eating the actual fruit, it's not very intense, it's the aroma, which is pretty much the fruit. And when you get this lovely aroma, you are expecting the same burst of flavors in the mouth, yeah, on the palate, but it does not happen. In this perfume, I can smell dragon fruit and it's delightful. The opening, it goes on a bit on the fruity side. However, it's something different, not a type of perfume that you smell every day. This fruitiness, it does wane as the journey continues. You have this burst of a fruity opening, and right thereafter there is a bit of what I would classify as a burnt accord. It's a bit of woodiness which creeps into the perfume. I do not see any kind of woody notes. I can simply imagine that it's possibly the patchouli reacting with the fruity notes. As the journey continues, the fruitiness, it keeps tapering down, and then the floral notes enter the perfume, a bit of yellow floral notes, and there are hints of greenness, green earthiness. The florals, they're in the middle. They are not too loud. It's not like your typical burst of white florals, but this is a floral perfume. What makes this beautiful is that this dragon fruit aroma, this beautiful dragon fruit, it's always there, and it keeps this touch of exotic going in the perfume. The patchouli adds a very nice earthy feel in here. It gives the perfume structure, a bit of bite. This is gorgeous, guys. When La Bomba finally settles, the vanilla is pretty much the base, not the patchouli. The patchouli is already there in the opening, but it's earthiness in the patchouli. But the vanilla, it remains very silky. It's a soft, nice vanilla, so the dragon fruit is always there. The vanilla does not overpower this very nice, delicate aroma of, I believe, what is it called? What are they calling it? Pitaya. It sounds better than dragon fruit. Where I love this and I crave this the most, it's in the dry down phase. It has such beautiful sillage. La Bomba, it is a good name for this perfume because it's pretty potent. It lasts forever. I can smell it the next day. Like I said, it's not really your typical department store DNA. She did not give us a perfume similar to other perfumes in the collection. I can see this not being for everyone because it's a bit loud and it's different. This is the type of perfume where it needs time. You need to allow it to get into the dry down. We are so tired of the same DNA, the same boring old sweet vanilla, you know, with a bit of cream or milk. This is different. It's worth trying. It's a department store perfume, so you don't have to buy this blind. You can go into the store, spray with abandon, and see how it is 1 hour later. I am absolutely loving this perfume. I got this in a large size because this bottle, it's so pretty, and it is not necessarily spring, summer type of perfume. This is an all year round perfume. This just came out. I can see myself wearing this perfectly in winter and in fall because the earthiness is quite substantive, so it's not really just a pretty floral. This has quite a bit of backbone, not an easy frou-frou perfume. This one, it's a big win, you know. It's not every day that I find perfumes in the department store that I think it's worth the price. When I find them, I do pick them up, and in this video I have found 3 of them. So I was ecstatic to have this for fall and winter. For those of you who are here for the first time, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I see so many people watching my videos, but you guys are not subscribing. I would love to have you as a friend on Wendy Wise Beauty. I have 500 more to go to make 5,000 subscribers. So don't be shy, hit the subscribe button, it's right here, and send me your comments or requests. This is pretty much, or I want it to be an interactive channel, so don't be shy. I will not get offended, you know, if you have a difference of opinion to what I am saying here. We are all learning from each other. Thank you guys so much for all of your support so far. The next one that I do have, it's Black Opium Eau de Parfum Over Red. I have also been wearing this for some time. Guys, this is a perfume that I was inspired the other way around. I did quite a while back in early summer. I picked up a sample called Hasaa. This is from Absar, and I looked up which perfume this is inspired by because I loved it immediately, and then it was touted to be inspired by Black Opium Over Red. Black Opium, I have never bought a full bottle, none of the opiums. They were okay, but it was just not doing it for me. I ended up buying the original because I fell so much in love with Hasaa, and it was out of stock for quite some time. So I said I was missing the perfume. I was longing for it. So it was so close to the original. I just went ahead and I picked up the original. Black Opium Over Red. It came out in 2024. It has notes of cherry and green mandarin in the top. The heart, it's jasmine, orange blossom, and black tea. And the base, it's Madagascar vanilla, coffee, and Indonesian patchouli. When I smelled the Absar Hasaa version, I was sold on this. So I am reviewing, you know, the Black Opium Over Red, but what I am saying, it's equally as true for the Absar version Hasaa, and I will just tell you guys the slight differences as I go along or when I get to the end of the review of this one. To my nose, and I have tried all the other opium flankers, this is the most beautiful version of the perfume. And I would have never thought, you know, of picking this up had I not tried my Absar sample and worn it and missed it. The cherry notes in Opium Over Red, it is so vibrant, so lush, but at the same time, it's not young, it's not juvenile, it's not sweet. It's the perfect type of cherry for fall and winter. I almost think of this as a dark cherry perfume because the cherry note in here, this beautiful cherry note, it is so pronounced, leaning more on the dark side and not like a lollipop or a candied cherry. The green mandarin, it keeps the perfume very fresh. One of the problems that I always had with the other flankers and the original, it can get a bit stale by the end of the day. And the black tea note in here, I can sense it. It's beautiful. It adds some earthiness, a bit of bite, but it never gets too much like the original can. When the black tea appears, it's there, it remains, and then it's followed by very nice floral notes with the orange blossom in the forefront, and all of the notes, they are not fighting each other, they work so nicely. You know, it's not as aggressive as the original perfume. Also, the coffee note, it appears quite early, guys, and mixed with this beautiful cherry note, it's heavenly. And this is what really makes this perfume so perfect for cold weather. You have coffee, not too much, you have the cherry and some beautiful floral notes piercing through. Sometimes I get a bit more coffee in here than cherry. It borders also on being almost a coffee perfume, you know, not a coffee soliflor, but something you could say is a coffee perfume, and other times I do get a bit more cherry. The base, it's vanilla patch as listed, a bit more patchouli than vanilla. Of course, it's an earthy patchouli. It's not green at all, but there is quite a good dose of patchouli in the perfume. I have to be honest about this. I know a lot of you guys do not like or cannot tolerate patchouli. So if you are the type of person where patchouli is a problem, this would probably not be a perfume to sample blind. This is gorgeous. I love it. I have also put a little bit of a dent in here. I am very surprised, you know, at myself that I finally picked up an opium perfume. Guys, Hasaa from Absar. I have the sample. I won't get a full bottle because I could not wait for it to come back in stock. So I got the original. These two perfumes, they are so close. The difference that I can see in Hasaa, it goes on a bit lighter. Hasaa, it gains intensity, potency as the journey continue and the perfume settles. The Opium Over Red from Yves Saint Laurent, this one, it goes on stronger, more concentrated, but when the two perfumes are in the dry down phase, there is really no big difference. In terms of longevity, projection, both perfumes, they are the same. The Absar version, it has the same beautiful coffee and cherry note. I am not missing anything, guys. When I tried this, I thought this was just so mind-blowing and I wanted it, so I went out and bought the original because this one was not in stock. So you must understand, you know, that for me there is no big difference in the two perfumes. The next one, it's from Dries Van Noten and it's called Havana Gold. I came across this one on a little bit of a sniffer with my girlfriend here. We always go sniffing, you know, at least once every 2 months or so. and I tried Havana Gold and I fell in love with this perfume. The salesperson was so very nice. She did give me 2 samples of Havana Gold, and this one, it is very high on my list. I have to keep telling myself, finish off the samples before you consider getting a full bottle. When I smelled Havana Gold, I was just thinking maybe niche is coming back. Lately, a lot of the niche perfumes that I have been smelling, it's either I smell older perfumes, I am thinking I have smelled this before, been there, done this, I am quite sure I have something similar in my collection. So it was so nice to smell a perfume and to get the feeling, I don't have this, I need this one. I will spray this on my hands because I do not want to waste it. It's the last video for today, so it will be my perfume of the day. You know, Dries Van Noten, the price point, it is a little bit, you can say, up there. The notes in Havana Gold, they are top notes licorice, star anise, mandarin. The heart, it's tobacco, cinnamon, benzoin. The base, it's leather, tonka, and cypriol. Guys, do not allow the notes, you know, to scare you away. I was surprised when I got home and saw what the notes in the perfume are, because on the card, you know, it listed licorice and tobacco, and based on these notes, you would think that it should be a perfume which is very extra spicy, leaning more on the masculine side, but it's not. The perfume is perfectly unisex, and the dry down, it's quite soft. I must say it is a Dries Van Noten, so when the perfume is sprayed, it is a bit much. With much, I mean it's a little bit rough and it comes off as weird. But when this wanes, you know, this is there, I would say, for about 30 seconds, and the perfume composes itself, the notes, they harmonize, and this becomes heaven. The first time I sprayed this on the counter, I was thinking this is the perfect vanilla perfume. It's different, it's something I do not have in my collection, but by looking at the notes, there is no vanilla notes per se. What one gets, you know, when it's sprayed, the cinnamon, it's right there in your face, and the star anise, and this is what is a little bit hard to take in. It settles, and then the licorice note, it starts piercing through, and this starts to become beautiful. It's different, and then I start smelling vanilla. If I go based on the notes, I would think what is coming through, it's the tonka bean. It's a bit of smokiness, and there is tobacco in here, but it is not a very strong masculine smoky tobacco. It's more of a sweet tobacco note, like when you would smell a very nice Cuban cigar. When this finally settles, it becomes soft. There is leather in here, but it does not dry down to your typical leather perfume. The base, you can say, if you can call it leather, it's a very soft, supple leather. The tonka bean in here, it's in the base, but it's more silky. It's nothing hard. The perfume, it's perfectly unisex, but you would think of anise and star anise, cinnamon, you know, licorice. You would think this is a bit of a bomb, but it really is not. I love this very nice, silky, agreeable dry down. It does not lose potency. The spices are still there, piercing through this beautiful, soft vanilla leather. Guys, this is a gorgeous perfume. The cypriol note, it's not very strong. I think it's a bit of this weirdness I get in the opening. It adds in the base maybe a bit more woodiness than this greenness, yeah, this green mossy note that we normally get from cypriol. This one, it's perfect fall, winter, any type of weather, and it has a bit of coziness to it. It almost feels, it reacts like a perfume that gives the aura, you know, like you are sitting in front of a warm fireplace. It does not open that way, but we all know the Dries Van Noten perfumes, you know, they always have a bit of a weird opening. It puts you off a bit, but it settles, not all the time, but sometimes, most of the times, into a softer, nicer perfume. I get a full day wear out of this, and it is gorgeous. If you have not seen this one where you are, please get your nose on here. If there is one perfume that you should go and look for, I keep saying this because lately I am finding so many nice perfumes in the department store, but this one, it's worth trying. I cannot say buy it blind because the opening, it's a bit different. It doesn't last very long, but you know, for a lot of people, the opening of the perfume is the perfume. A perfume in this price class, yeah, it's worth sampling it, because if you make a mistake, you know, it's a very expensive mistake. But this one is very high on my list. You know, I love vanilla powder very much, and the vanilla powder extrait just got here. I also had this one high on my list because I didn't get the original, because I have so many wonderful inspirations. I do have a getting to know set with the original, so I thought I would pick up the extrait, but I want to try it out first. But this one, it's a notch higher on the list than the vanilla powder. Well guys, I am so happy to be talking to you again. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon on another one of my videos. Tschüss!